My trip to Malawi and Zambia were tremendous. Because Seth Phippen contacted me and the refresher was going to happen, we had 63 staff at Malawi all at one time. And so Seth said, can you come? And when I contacted your dad and said, hey, Seth's doing his refresher in Malawi, when are you going to do yours? He said, I'll do mine the next week. And so I was able to go to Malawi and be able to spend all of my week with 63 staffers.
How many staff do we have in Florida?
34.
Okay, so that's bigger than Florida.
It is bigger than Florida, double, almost, well, not quite double. But in Malawi or in Zambia, there are 80 people in Zambia on staff, and so that's much larger. But we got to go to Malawi and got to see the base, and we were able to be with all of the staff, and what a tremendous opportunity to be with them. They're passionate. They love the children. They love what they're doing. They love the Lord, and it was just a great time to be there to worship with them. They get more music out of a drum set made out of junk than we get out of a drum set made out of real drums. And so it was a good time. And so we had a really tremendous time there. My son Josh got to go with me. It was a good experience for him because he has always loved missions, but it just moved his heart again for missions. And so so we spent a week in Zambia, or in Malawi, and then we went to Zambia. And again, we had 80 staffers there, again for refresher. Doug and Barb Peterson are our coordinators there. Ndola Base, I was sort of surprised. It's not out in the bush. It's right in town. And so there's a mall just a few feet away from it, really. But the property is a really beautiful property, lots of agriculture. Doug is doing a great job with all the beans and the corn and everything they're growing there. And then we had the opportunity to go out and visit a few rescue units. We only went 5 hours out and back.
Now, is that a tar road going to those rescue units?
No. It was a mud road with big holes in it, you know, and so you don't go very fast. But one of the units we got to visit had 350 orphans coming to that unit, which was really neat. The matrons unit we visited, 181 young ladies staying in our matron unit.
What's a matrons unit?
A matrons unit is a dormitory that is designed for young ladies to come and stay safely so that they can continue their education at the school. If we don't have a matrons unit, they don't have a place to stay. They can't go beyond primary school and get their education. So we've got a place where they can stay safely. So what a tremendous trip. And again, Zambia was great. We got to see lots of things, lots of people. And again, the thing that impressed me most about all of our staff is their passion, their love for the Lord, their desire to serve Him. And of course, we want to do a better job of encouraging. We want to do a better job of supporting. We want to help them accomplish all that they want to accomplish in Christ Jesus.
Amen. How can we best pray for those bases?
Oh, pray for everything. Pray for safety. Pray for provision. Pray for wisdom. Just got an email today, I guess, wasn't it, from Oscar Chama, who says there are 40 kids over at the boot camp because they didn't dare turn anybody away. Okay, well, that's the right attitude. We've got 40 more kids than we're supposed to have, 40 more than we budgeted for, but we're going to do it. We'll make it work. Amen. So God is good, and we're really thankful.
Amen. Well, good afternoon. Many of you may not know this, but Teen Missions is running boot camps around the world for national kids. One of our very first was in the Philippines. It began back in 1980, and I just had a chance to go a few weeks ago with a former staff member, Hilmer Padden, Filipino, and we traveled over there to check on the base in the Philippines and see how they're doing. And the base is run by Fernando and Jenny Tan. They've been faithfully serving over there since about 2000, about 20 years. And they're running a Bible school there on the island of Mindanao, which is not far from the city of Butuan, if you're looking on a map. And you come in just a few miles inland, and you are on a beautiful hilltop property with wind, which is hot in Asia. So having wind is nice. Having shade trees, Fernando planted a lot of those and had the property really looking good. So we spent some time there just to see how the staff were doing. They had 2 single staff guys there that were doing a great job, and we visited them, and they're preparing right now to run a boot camp. It's actually going to be starting about the time that people see this video. And so that's exciting. We just got some pictures today from the Tans. They're setting up their tent sites. The leaders seminar is starting, so you guys can be praying for the leaders, the Filipino leaders, as they prepare for those kids to arrive. the thing that's exciting about the work in the Philippines is that Filipino believers, the church in the Philippines is strong. They're ready to take the next step in regards to completing the Great Commission, and Filipinos make great missionaries. They are so fast to learn the language, to learn the culture. One of the first things that you had me do when I got there was ask them if they had any staff to send to Cambodia. Yeah. And I asked Fernando and Jenna Lee, do you have anybody? And they said, actually, some former staff just a few hours away in Surigao, Renante and Janice Jamasula, just on the spur of the moment, gave them a phone call, and they were willing to come in and talk and pray and said, yes, here we are, Lord, send us. And so what an answer to prayer to have Filipino Bible school graduates just ready on short notice with their 5-year-old son, ready to leave their own nation and culture and language and travel to our base in Cambodia. So anyway, after the trip in the Philippines, we did travel to Cambodia, where a former Filipino Bible school student named Nellie is now coordinating the 2 bases there in Cambodia. And unlike the Philippines, Cambodia is a nation of just over 16 million people, and about 95% of the country is among unreached tribes in Cambodia, virtually unreached. Most people who are born in Cambodia don't have a chance in their lifetime to bump into a believer. And so the 2 Bible schools in Cambodia are hugely strategic as we are raising up believers who love the Lord and are being discipled to reach their own people, their own culture, their own language with the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so, wow, meeting those Bible school students, hearing them worship, watching them go through the work and the preparations, they are absolutely sold out for serving the Lord and are excited to graduate and to get involved in full-time ministry. The base in Siem Reap is in the city, just right in the middle of the city, jam-packed. The base in Kampong Chenang couldn't be more different, 60 acres, rural. They've got ducks and pigs and chickens and dogs and cats and garden and you name it. So there's a lot of work to do in both bases, especially the large Kampong Chenang base. We need volunteers, team members to help us finish construction of the buildings.
Yeah. Everywhere we need volunteers.
Well, that is true.
Plumbers, electricians.
Yes. Philippines.
Farmers.
Yes. Not a lot of maintenance jobs are needed on the mission field, aren't they?
Yeah.
So pray about it. Pray for those bases. Pray for the work. We thank the Lord for the chance to visit them and just want to convey our thanks to those that have been lifting up the work around the world. I don't think the labor has been in vain.
Neither.
We've seen a lot of changed lives.
Yep.